Political parties are already preparing for the 2019 general elections. The African National Congress is no exception. Our political reporter Mzwandile Mbeje now joins us live for an update from Luthuli House. A very good morning to you, sir. And can you tell us what is happening at Luthuli House today?
Good morning, Elvis, and a very good morning to the viewers as well. We're coming to you live from Luthuli House. This is the headquarters of the governing party, the African National Congress. Last week, the ANC held a workshop, a manifesto on election for 2019. So they were looking at various issues that will be the main issues coming for the 2019 elections. So what they are doing today, Elvis, all their deployees in government, the ministers, the premiers, the mayors, the deputy ministers, have been called to Luthuli House to basically make an input as to what that election workshop sought to achieve. So they are some of the deployees, rather they are the deployees that are already working. And then the ANC wants to be on course and to align its work with what they are already busy with. So for example, this gathering will be addressed by the head of policy, Jeff Hadebe. So they just want to know. And then they need to also tighten the loose ends where they feel perhaps things are not going right. But what is very, very important is that this gathering will then inform them going to 2019, given that already as ministers they have responsibility towards discharging certain responsibilities, and then they must know and they must also assist the organization as it prepares for 2019 elections.
Now, we've seen a number of political tensions within several provinces, especially KZN, the Free State and Northwest, you can name them all. But will that be part and parcel of the discussions today in order to unify the party before the general elections next year?
I think what's happening here, Elvis, like I indicated earlier, is that the ANC has called its deployees in the form of the ministers, in the form of the premiers, in the form of the mayors, and other people who serve in government. So they want to have the same thought process going forward towards the issue of the 2019 elections. It's not so much about perhaps internal wrangling in the party, but it's about what is it that as a party they need to do going forward as they tackle what will become the most difficult elections. And I think other people have said this is likely to be the most contested elections given the issues on the table. So if you want to go to battle with your forces, you rather make sure that your forces are of the same mind, you want to achieve the same thing. So that is why they have called those that they have deployed to government to come and assist and also to check the current policy, because other issues are already being implemented, but are they being implemented the right way? So do those deployees understand exactly their mandate? Do they share the same vision with what was agreed at the election manifesto? And remember, this is still a work in progress. This is not the final outcome of what they have done. So this is work in progress. Whatever contributions they will get from their deployees and whatever other issues that will arise from those who will be addressing the gathering, so will be taken into account and they'll be packaged towards preparing for the bigger picture, which is 2019.
Talking about those bigger issues, Mzwandile, if we look at the ANC, there's a lot of challenges within the party. Will some of those issues be addressed within this particular workshop in making sure that the party is ready come 2019?
It will be perhaps unwise for the ANC to gloss over some of the challenges that it's facing. If it hopes to fight this election and win it, so it must be able to come, or rather to go to the people of South Africa and perhaps admit to the challenges that it's facing and seek to deal with those challenges. So as they meet here, those are some of the strategies they are crafting to say, yes, on point A and point B, we may not have done well because of the internal challenges of fighting. So how do we go about resolving that? So I would assume that would really form part of this discussion they will be having with their deployees, because at the end of the day, they are judged by what these people are doing in government, because this is the governing party. Anything that is happening, so people will say, well, these are ANC ministers, so they are not doing anything so that we expect of them to do. So basically the issues that do arise, so this gathering is likely to attend to them.
Now, the Western Cape is also with the Democratic Alliance. They also in tatters there with the infighting with Patricia de Lille. Will the discussions happening within the Democratic Alliance as it stands right now also be discussed in part and parcel of the strategy for the African National Congress?
You know, Elvis, any political party that wants to wrestle control from another political party would go full steam in exploiting the weaknesses of that party. I would assume part of the strategy, particularly in the Western Cape for the ANC, is to really point out contradictions, the weaknesses in the DA, and fashion themselves as the people who will be best prepared to lead that province. So I would assume that as they meet here, they would be able to look at those issues to say, yes, we have our own challenges and we are trying to correct them. But here are those who seek to threaten us. They are facing perhaps similar or even bigger challenges in some instances. So how do we go about exposing them? Because remember, so the issue of fighting political power is to wrestle state control. So if they are able to exploit those weaknesses within the DA for the Western Cape, I guess they'll do that to their fullest.
Thank you so much for that update that's coming to us live from Luthuli House in the inner city. Mzwandile